Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Boardman. Some of you might recognise me already, and including some new faces. And thank you for joining me on a brand new video. You have come to the right place. So, I'll be doing another Read Aloud Storybook video. But some of you you're not quite familiar with, and I'll show what I got. Perhaps you might recognise it in childhood. This is Terry Jones, A Fish of a World, illustrated by Micheal Freeman, published by Puffin books. Okay, so before I start it, there's time to have a go read it to you guys. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So, a heron once decided to swim a right sea. He said, "I want to find out what else there in the world." So he swam south into the deep Atlantic. He swam and he swam, far, far away from the seas he knew, through the warm waters of Ecuador and on down into the South Atlantic. And all the time he saw many strange and wonderful fish that he had never seen before. Once he was nearly eaten by a shark, and once he was nearly electrocuted by the electric eel, and once he was nearly stung by the stingray. But he swam on and on, round the tip of Africa and into the Indian Ocean, and he passed by devilfish and sailfish and sawfish and swordfish and bluefish and blackfish and mudfish and sunfish, and he was amazed by a different size and shapes and sizes and colours. On he swam into the Java Sea, and he saw fish that leaped out of the water, and fish lived at the bottom of the sea, and fish could walk on their fins. And he swam through the Coral Sea, where the shells of millions and millions of tiny creatures had turned into rock, and stood as big as mountains. But still he swam on into the wild Pacific. He swam over the deep parts of the ocean where the water is so deep that it is inky black at the bottom, and the fish carried lanterns all over their heads, and some have lights on their tails. And through the Pacific he swam, and then he turned north and headed up to the cold Siberian Sea, where the huge white iceberg sailed past him like the mighty ships. And still he swam on and into the frozen Arctic Ocean, where the sea is forever covered in ice. And he went past Greenland and Iceland, and finally he swam home into his own North Sea. All his friends and relations gathered round and made a great fuss of him. They had a big feast and offered him a very big best food they could find. But the heron just yawned and said, I've run the entire world. I have seen everything there is to see, and I have eaten more exotic and wonderful dishes that you could possibly imagine. And he refused to eat anything. Then his friends and relations begged him to come home and live with them, but he refused. I have been everywhere there is, and that old rock is too dull and small for me. And he went off and lived on his own. And when the breeding season came, he refused to join in the spawning saying, I've run the entire world, and now I know how many fish there are in the world. I can't be interested in herons anymore. Eventually, one of the oldest of the herons swam up to him and said, listen, if you don't spawn with us, some heron's egg will go unfertilized and will not turn into a healthy young heron. If you don't live with your family, you'll make them sad. And if you don't eat, you'll die. But the heron said, I don't mind. I have been everywhere there's to go. I have seen everything there's to see, and now I know everything there's to know. The old fish shook his head. No one has ever seen everything there's to see. He said, no, nor known everything there's to know. Look, said the heron. Have swum through the North Sea, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Java Sea, the Coral Sea, the Great Pacific Ocean, the Siberia Sea, and the frozen Arctic. Tell me what else there is for me to know or see or know. I don't know, said the old heron, but they may be something. Well, just then the fishing boat came by, and herons were caught in a net and taken to the market that very day. And the man bought the heron and ate it for his supper, and he never knew that he had swam right around the world and had seen everything there's to see and knew everything there's to know. The end. So thank you so much for listening to me while I read to you. I hope you enjoyed this video, reading this majestic storybook for children. Okay, so I hope you appreciate your time to spend time with me in this video. So feel free to leave your comments down below and give thumbs up if you enjoy it or not. Okay, so always remember to subscribe to my channel to hear the bell notification. Don't miss out future videos. So that's it for all, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you please stay tuned for another future contents. Okay, I'll see you guys later.